Hey everyone, it's Stacy Jenkins again from Jenkins Forever Farm. I'm here with Hank and Herb, our two mini cows, and I just wanted to do our next episode of e-learning with Jenkins Forever Farm all about cows. Some of the facts that I'm going to tell you will be specific to miniature cows, but most of them are just general to cows, whether they're standard size or miniature. So these guys, they originated in Herefordshire, England, which we here in Indiana call them Herefords. But let me just show you where that is compared to Indiana. 3,848 miles. So as you'll notice, a lot of these animals travel pretty far to get here. So cows have clearly been around for a long time, but the miniature breeds like Hank and Herb were just bred in Texas in the 1960s, so they haven't really been around that long. And a lot of people, when I tell them we have miniature cows, I think they are under the impression they're going to come out and they'll be the size of a small dog. Not true. They are miniature in comparison to the full-size breed. So a full-size Hereford would be up to 1,800 pounds. Hank and Herb, we're guessing, are about 900 pounds apiece. Also, if they measure them up to their hips, so these guys are about 3.5 feet tall, and a standard would be about 5 feet tall. Hank and Herb are actually going to be 3 years old in June and September, and they will be full grown at 3 years old. They came out of a 4-H breeding program. Surprisingly, they were going to be too small for the miniature breeding program, and they were not going to have the best of fates. So we took them in here at Jenkins Forever Farm, and they'll live out their full life. And cows can live up to 20 to 25 years, so they've got a nice long life ahead of them. Hank actually came with his name, and Herb was named something different, but we renamed him Herb because my dad's dad, so my grandpa, was named Hereford, and his nickname was Herb. So I thought in tribute to him we would name one of the guys Herb. Let's see. So you can tell the Herefords have the standard red and white coat. They're really beautiful cows, and in the winter they get a really thick coat. He thinks I have a treat. A really thick coat, and then so that keeps them warm. They love the winter. They'll lay out here in the snow, and then in the summers when they have a little more trouble. So they do shed a lot of that coat, but then they we have a big shed for them, and they'll go in there and cool off. Cows, like most of the other animals that we have here on the farm, are ruminants, and they have 4 compartments in their stomach. And so what they'll do is when they eat some of their food, it'll go in that first compartment and it'll sit there a while, and then they'll regurgitate it, bring it back up, and chew on it some more, and that's what's called cud. And they use this system of bring it back up and then re-swallowing it to help them break down their food, and it helps them to effectively and efficiently digest their food. These guys will eat predominantly grass in the spring and summer, and then in the winter when the grass all dies, we provide them a full diet of hay. They do get a tiny bit of grain, and then they have a couple of really favorite snacks. They love bananas, carrots, and apples most. So I brought a couple of their favorite snacks out. We'll see if they'll be interested in trying some. Herb, do you want some banana? Do you want some banana? A banana right now? No. Hank likes the banana right now. Do you want to try it again? So as you can see, cows can be picky eaters. Hank's not being too picky. I also brought some carrots, so we'll see if Herb wants to try a carrot. You want to try a carrot, bud? Now, oh, nope. Some days they'll eat it, some days they won't. Some days they prefer it off the ground. So some fun facts about cows is, one thing is they are red and green colorblind. So when you see books about bullfighting, which we obviously don't support, and the matador has a red scarf or a cape, it's not the color red that attracts the bull, it's just the fact that they're waving the fabric. I don't have anything else for you, bud, not right now. Oh, I do have another carrot. That wasn't true. That's a carrot. So you can see they're very gentle and docile animals. They do tend to be kind of skittish, so they are scared of humans, and especially if there's anyone new at the farm, they are definitely leery of them. So it looks like Sweet Pea's going to join us. So Hank and Herb have some alpaca friends that they are pasture mates with. 3 of our female alpacas. You want to treat Sweet Pea? Sweet Pea loves treats also. Want a carrot, girl? All right. Well, I'll just use that time to say they are just like the rest of the animals that we have here. They are herd animals, which means they like to be with a similar species. They like friends. They don't do well when they're by themselves. The cows and alpacas get along really well, but it's definitely best to have similar species friends, like I said. And they are bonded to each other. They sleep together, graze together. When they go into their big shelter, they go in together. They pretty much do everything together, so they're definitely bonded. Sweet Pea's not going to leave until she gets some banana. Oh, you want some more banana? You're just not liking the banana today, huh? Okay, so another thing, people often see cows laying down, but they don't really sleep very much. They only sleep a few hours a day, but they do lay around a lot. And part of what they're doing when they're laying around is helping their digestive system to move around. So whenever I want to lay on the couch, I just tell my husband I'm working on my digestive system. So that's a trick you guys can use at home. Cows drink a lot of water. They need a lot of water. So they can drink anywhere from 3 to 30 gallons of water a day. So we just keep a huge water trough full of fresh water at all times. Another fun fact is cows can go upstairs, but they can't go back downstairs because their knees don't bend the right way. Who knew? What else? When they are excited, they will run and jump and leap in the air and kind of buck their feet, kind of like a leprechaun, which is fun. They also have a really good sense of smell, and they hear very well. So they can smell something up to 5 miles away, which is really far. And they also can hear frequencies that are much higher and lower than humans can hear. I don't know that I have much else to tell you guys, other than I do have one fun thing to show you. I know kids always enjoy the poop part of the video, so I went searching this morning before I started for the perfect cow patty. So you've heard of cow patties, definitely not something you want to eat, but they get their name because they do look like a patty. So here is an example of a cow patty from Hank and Herb. Now, if you imagine, they are half the size of a standard cow, so I'm guessing that a standard cow's cow patty would be almost twice as big as this. You wouldn't want to eat this. Don't worry, I used gloves when I picked it up. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be posting another book reading either later today or tomorrow, and thank you again so much for following us during this time. We hope we're helping to bring a little bit of fun and education into your home. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.